strategy. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the investor mindset. I mean, this is very important because investors have a specific type of mindset, and you want to have the exact same mindset because that's what is going to help you to become an investor and to start making money and accelerating your prosperity. All right. So the first thing is that an investor will play to win. So of course you're going to tell me, but who's going to play to lose? Well, many people are not consciously, but they do not play to win. Okay, and some even play to lose. So what does it mean to play to win? It means that it's a mindset. It's when you're looking for an investment, you're looking how much money you're going to make, when are you going to make that money, and you're going to analyze the whole investment and essentially see the probabilities of success. What kind of return on investment are you going to get? So there is a certain type of mindset when when you invest, that you are playing to win. These investors always play with the odds in their favor. So you should also invest with the odds in your favor. All right. So how do you do that? Well, you need to calculate the odds. You need to analyze the investment. You need to, well, for that, you need, of course, to have a developed financial IQ, which we can help you with, of course. But this is the key. You need to have the odds in your favor. All right. And for that, you need to look at analyze the different risks and what kind of protection you can get. All right. So the risks versus the protection. So you want to know what are the risks, and you want to study them, analyze them, calculate them, and do an estimation of what can happen. Because, I mean, let's face it, we have risks everywhere in our life. If you are going to cross the street, there is a risk. So what do you do to protect yourself? There is a risk because there's cars and trucks and buses and motorbikes coming, even bicycles. And you say, okay, there is a risk of being run over. But what can I do to protect myself? Well, I'm going to cross the street at the pedestrian place, the zebra crossing. Okay, so that's number one. Then you're going to wait for the green light for the pedestrians. You're going to watch and look to see if there are any cars or anything coming, if there's any danger. And once you are certain that you are at the right place, the green light is for you, and there's nothing coming, then you cross the street, and there is a risk still, but the probabilities, the odds of you crossing the street safely are quite big. Okay, so this is what we do also in the investments. All right, so we analyze the risks, and then we put the protection, the necessary protections in place, so that if something goes wrong, we are protected. Okay, so is there a risk? Yes, there is a risk. Can we lose the investment? Maybe. We don't know. It will depend on the protections we put in place, the kind of prevention we do. All right. So this is really important, and it's part of the investor mindset. Investors, successful investors, don't invest without considering the risks and the protection mechanisms they can have in place. Okay. So in order to do that, you need to start learning. You need to start developing your financial IQ, and it takes time. So when you look at this and you have your knowledge, okay, the knowledge and the time, well, you can see that it takes time to get the knowledge. So it is very frustrating when we are at this level, when we are in the beginning. Okay, this is the learning curve. So with the time, as you are studying, you are getting experience, you're working on it, well, your knowledge will increase naturally. And because of course, you apply yourself, you study, etc. So you are increasing your level of knowledge. All right, but it just takes time. So you need to be conscious of that it won't happen overnight. It will take time. You will make mistakes. You will fail a few times. You will lose some money sometimes, but that's all part of the process. Okay. This is why you need to go carefully. Okay. And that will help you to start building some assets. So when we're looking at assets, and if we take the not the bank consideration of assets, but if we take the one from Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, an asset. What is an asset? An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Money in your pocket. And the opposite, the exact opposite, is the liability. So liability takes money from your pocket. So if you look at your house, your home, where you live, okay, is it an asset or is it a liability? Well, the bank is going to say it's an asset, and it is an asset for the bank because you have a mortgage, you pay your mortgage, so there's money coming into the bank account, okay, for the bank. But for you, it's money going out, okay? Now, if you rent a few rooms in your house and you get some income from there, well, then it can become an asset, all right? You understand the point? So you need to build your assets and to be careful with your liabilities. So when we look at the income statement, okay, with your income and your expenses, and you look at your balance sheet with your assets and your liabilities, well, you want to have your income coming from your assets. So you have assets generating income, okay? And that's how it works, all right? Your assets pay your lifestyle, and then with this money you pay for your expenses, all right? So this is important to understand this concept, okay? So when you are building assets, what kind of assets can you build? Well, you can build businesses, it's difficult to build a business, okay? A business is not just to open a company and say, hey, I'm in business. Well, it's a lot more to that, okay? So that is that you need to build your business. You can have some, you can do some real estate where you can buy to rent, you can get, then you have start to have some passive income. You can have some IPs, like for example, you can write a book, or you can, or some music, or some patents, or some courses, or something that intellectual property that you can sell, you can monetize. All right, and of course you can invest, make different investments that generate dividends or others. Okay, so you need to start building assets.